Right now you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, she's one of those vegans. I am. Well, hello, good morning. Welcome to another vlog in the life of Amanda. Today I'm just going to take you through my day. I just got a job as a registered dietitian. I work in a hospital, and I'd like to share that part of life with you because a lot of people want to be dietitians, but they don't exactly know like what goes on as a clinical dietitian, so I thought I'd just bring you along. If you haven't seen the other ones, make sure you go check them out. But yeah, today I'll just show you a little day in my life. Alrighty, I am all ready for work and I'm gonna go put on my shoes, which by the way, I told this to you guys before, but I've literally been wearing these Annie brand shoes every single day at work because I feel like they're so comfortable to wear and also give my like feet a chance to really grip the floor because they're barefoot shoes, flat platformed on the bottom, and I feel like it's just really good contact for my feet, so it feels really good when I'm like walking around the hospital. The entire brand is vegan, and they're so vegan that with every purchase, if you use the code AMANDA, then they will donate $5 to Mercy for Animals. So yeah, check them out. Link is in the description below. But anyway, I'm gonna go downstairs. It is so freaking cold. Okay, remember when I told you that my family doesn't believe in using the heater?
Hi.
It's like a freezer in here. Hello, good morning. Yeah, that's what I mean. There is ice on my windshield and I can't see anything. Okay, I had to stop and get it to go, like to melt, and it's all good. We're all good here.
Good morning. Please select. Thank you.
Good morning. Did you sleep here? Why are you here so early?
Yeah, I am.
Alright, I'm going on my little lunch walk. I had to eat at the computer today because there was this kind of challenging case, and okay, so I didn't think I would have a case study to share with you guys today, but I actually do have one, and before anybody talks about HIPAA, I'm going to modify it a little bit, so don't worry. So this case study, this patient that I've been dealing with, and that's why I had to take a really late lunch, it's this 58-year-old man, and...
Wait. Hospital. Walk sign is on the cross.
I don't know why I decided to walk right next to the construction. There was something wrong with his small intestine, so they had to do a resection, and half of the small bowel was removed. And then because half of the small bowel was removed, the patient wasn't able to eat anything, and we couldn't even do tube feeding because with tube feeding, you're still getting nutrition through your GI tract, your intestines and stomach and stuff. Well, it depends on where the tube goes, but normally all of those organs still have to work a little bit. But this patient had a bowel obstruction, and then there was a post-operative ileus. And a post-op ileus is basically when the part of the abdomen, part of the intestine, small intestine, large intestine, isn't working. Patient then had to be started on TPN, which we talked about in my last video about total parenteral nutrition. It's basically when nutrition comes from a bag. So this guy was put on TPN because his bowels weren't working. He regained function. So the doctors tried to wean him off TPN by doing like half TPN, half normal food, but he wasn't eating any of his normal food and getting half of the TPN dosage. So they decided to take him completely off TPN because they figured he's probably not eating anything. He's already getting enough nutrition through his blood, so obviously he doesn't have an appetite. Let's just take him completely off TPN and put him on a normal diet. So we put him on a normal diet and it seemed to be okay. So he was eating like upwards of 40-50% of his meals, and then all of a sudden he just lost complete appetite. Now his renal function is bad, just because of like underlying issues that was going on. He had to get hemodialysis. He's not eating anything, and hemodialysis takes up a lot of energy. Whenever we have patients with hemodialysis, which is basically like Patients have to get hooked up to a machine that act as like an external kidney because kidneys aren't working well. So every time we get hemodialysis patients, we always have to raise the protein, always have to raise the calories for this patient. Otherwise, the hemodialysis will just strip everything away because it filters everything super, super fast. You know, it's just, yeah. So hemodialysis is sucking all of the energy out of this poor guy. He's not eating, he doesn't have an appetite, and he's not gonna go back on TPN because the gut works. The only problem is he's not eating, and we already put him on appetite stimulating medications and still nothing. Now he's depressed. Like when I go talk to him, he's not responsive. He'll take a couple bites of food and then he'll just be done with it. Yeah, he just seems very miserable, to be honest. So I was trying to call the doctor because the nurses were like, I mean, it just didn't seem like they cared too much what was going on with his nutritional status. The nurses were like, nope, no TPN, no tube feeding. Yeah, he just has a really bad appetite. Appetite's not doing well. Oh, another thing is that this patient has wounds. Pressure ulcers occurs a lot when patients don't have enough nutrition and they're laying in bed. That's why like a lot of old people will get pressure ulcers because blood doesn't circulate properly, so skin integrity gets lost and decreased. So now he has wounds that he needs more energy to clear up. He has hemodialysis that he needs, and he's just not getting any nutrition. I've been following this patient for a very, very long time, like probably since I've started working here. Called the doctor, talked to him. He was like, I'm not a really big believer in TPN. I don't think it works. And I was like, okay, well then what do we do? And he's like, at this point, he's just a really critically ill patient. If you want to go back on TPN, we can do that. And I was like, well, what about just increasing the appetite stimulant? Because the appetite stimulant that this patient is on is a very low dose, which I don't understand why, because you really can't do anything with like 40 milligrams. But the max, the most useful doses are between 400 and 800 milligrams. So my plan is to go with the appetite stimulating drug first and see if that helps. Again, guys, this is acute care. Never ever am I going to do this in like an outside of hospital, outside of critical care situation. But this patient is like, it just doesn't look like a very good prognosis, you know? And so we're trying to do the best we can. I feel like there's a turnaround. If he could just start eating some more food, then he could improve. So I'm going to try doing more appetite stimulant drug, and if that works, hopefully it works, then his PO intake will improve. PO means by mouth, which means like oral diet. And then if that doesn't work, we're probably gonna have to go with like a tube feeding. So yeah, that's the case study for today. I hope that was vague enough, because it's very similar but also so different. I am going to keep walking, enjoy my little lunch break, go back down and chart, and talk to you guys in a little bit.
Please thank you.
I am finally off, and I'm about to go to a yoga class. Anyway, my brain is just really slow right now, and I can't wait for it to just be completely slow and just not thinking at all in yoga. That's what I love about it so much, especially after these long days. It's like I don't have to think. I can just move and just like be with my breath and my body and just forget about what I just went through at work. I made it to Yoga Body, my favorite place. If you live around the area and you haven't gone to Yoga Body before, why have you not gone? Look at this place. Look at the vibes. Oh, this vegan stuff. Hello. Okay, so I just finished my yoga class. It was so nice. I totally needed it. I'm gonna go home, and this is about the time that I quit vlogging, aka I just go home and I like don't feel like vlogging anymore. But I'm gonna try my hardest to include you in the activities, and if not, then you're just gonna see me at the end of the day being like, hey, I didn't film the rest of the day. But okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, so before I forget to tell you, I got this, sorry, okay, this is what I look like after I shower, but I got this new skincare line called Shankara Naturals, and this is not sponsored at all. Actually, they don't even know that I'm doing this right now. I wanted to talk about it freely, just like my own unadulterated opinion, but I freaking love it. You know, I thought I wasn't gonna like it. I thought it was gonna be, you know, just another basic skincare thing that claimed to be really good and healthy and also like natural and helps your skin. It's actually really, really good, and I totally underestimated it. So Shankara's whole thing is like skin care for your skin type according to Ayurvedic doshas. So my face dosha was Pitta, I think. Yeah. My skincare is Pitta, which I think it's like my skin gets dry really easily, so I need more moisture. You could take the test. I'm gonna leave a link in the description below, but I feel like my skin has just been so nice and soft since I've started using it, and I love that they have like a couple steps. So like I put this eye cream on first. It's called an anti-age serum because Forever 23. I don't think that my skin is aging or like wrinkly at all. Like it's definitely not, but you know, it would be awesome if my skin could be like this into my 50s and 60s. So I just like put this on, let it dry a little bit, and then there's another serum called the Daily Repair Serum. So you put that on after. Oh shoot, I did it backwards. So you're supposed to put this one on first and then this, but I fucked it up. So anyway, I like Shankara Naturals. It doesn't smell like it like has a very almost a savory smell, but I really, really like it. It keeps my face moisturized and it's not super oily. And I have a hard time with skincare. I use Luminance skincare very exclusively, this one, for almost 2 years, and I just decided to try out Shankara. Whatever skincare works best for you is what's gonna work best for you. I just know that there are some people who are interested in trying out new things or have been wondering about a brand and just want to know someone else's opinion who's used it. I've been using this for a week straight so far, and I really, really, really like it. Anyway, I'm gonna go make some food and see you guys in a bit. Also put clothes on, because I don't have clothes on. Okay, so did some of you actually think that I was going to keep vlogging that day? It is now the next day and I'm going to wrap up this video now. I thought I was gonna do something intellectual tonight, like read my nutrition textbook and try to find out more about different cases. I just glossed over some terms and some conditions that I know are kind of associated with each other but don't actually like know what it is. I know that's a thing with hearts, but what exactly is the cause and what happens? And you know, today I decided to make some brownies instead. And I'm also going to sit in front of the TV and watch some Grey's Anatomy and crack some walnuts. Because my dad for work goes some far place and he thinks it's really fun to just buy a bunch of fresh farm items like these walnuts, and he also got almonds the other day, and I like shelling them. I like doing things that keep my hands busy, so I have this jar of fresh raw walnuts here, and honestly this is the reason why I've been eating so many walnuts, is because of these stupid things and I have to keep cracking them, but it's really fun. Here, I'll show you. Am I even gonna put this in the vlog? I feel like it's already been too long. And then I just like do this little thing and then split it open. And here is, it's not coming out, the walnut. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I hope you guys have a wonderful morning, noon, day, or night, that you enjoyed watching this vlog, and that you learned something new. Yeah, I'm gonna sign off here because I'm gonna watch Grey's Anatomy. It's kind of weird that I go home from the hospital and all I want to do is watch a show about people in a hospital.